I don't think it's a secret that I really dislike Yuna's design in War of the Visions. I feel like she's a little bit overtuned. And then in my previous video, I said that Louelle could not fight Yuna. That's not exactly true. Louelle, in a team built for physical defense, cannot fight Yuna very well. But if you spec your team for it, you can definitely take her out with Louelle. And so my setup today is a setup that is designed to survive magic damage really well, while still be able to take a couple hits from other damage types. And we will go hunt Yuna's and King Mont in Arena. I see them everywhere, like they're just about every single team. And so we're gonna go and fight as many of those at level 120 as we can and see what outcomes we can get. For our team, we have one main concept. We're gonna run to be in my magic hunting build. I have a specific showcase for that, so if you want to see it, just click the link in the description below and you can see some fights specifically featuring to be. But she will be pretty resistant to magic because of a high spirit. She's there because she has strike attack and high defense piercing, so she's able to take down King Mont and other high defense targets. Then we have Louelle. She increases earth attack in an AoE. She's pretty tanky versus physical attacks. And then she just deals insane damage in an AoE, so that's the reasons why she's in our team. And then our final member, I will be featuring Winter Venera, because I like her design, and she has two things that we want mainly. She increases magic resistance, and can imperil the enemy team by reducing their earth resistance. She also has pugilistic mastery, which increases strike attack for characters. And guess what? Everybody on our team uses strike attack. Yes, even Louelle. She's a mage with a AoE strike attack that's magic based. So we benefit from all that. But if you don't have Winter Venera, because I know she's time limited, you can swap her for Kilfei and have very similar results. Kilfei as a spellblade has magic resistance. She can imperil the enemy by reducing their magic resistance this time. And then, well, she doesn't have something like pugilistic mastery, but instead she's even more tanky thanks to her barriers. So you lose something, you gain something else. I think Kilfei is a really good fit for this team. And so, like usual, we'll do some fights, and then I'll show my detailed loadout, abilities on, off, and everything at the end. So if you want to see the detailed team composition, just go towards the end of the video, and you will have that. Alright, for this battle, this is a really interesting enemy team. I have no idea how it plays out. I'm very interested to see it in action, so that's what we'll do. Halloween Rairyuu might actually kill us pretty well, because we have magic resistance, and some spirit, but not that much. So yeah, let's fight them and see. It's also a test to see how much damage Yuna will do to our squad, so I'm pretty curious. We should be able to get our usual early turn setup though. Okay, so she has her level 120 ability. Our Louelle does not have that. And it's a really good ability, so we might be a bit of a disadvantage. But for us, Earthen Invocation is actually important. So they use Holy Knight's Cheer, and then I'm pretty sure Rairyuu will come to us. So that's good. And then he has re-raised cast on him. Yeah, so okay. Typical start, nothing too impressive here. They do get the Earthen Evocation, so Rairyuu is going to hit pretty hard. But we have a bit of extra slash resistance, so that might help us. Resist magic on everybody, and then Silma uses Law of Preservation, so we're now ready to fight. He goes for Silma, does barely any damage. Yuna, not in range yet. Oh, another Earthen Evocation. Okay, sure. To be will probably one-shot Rairyuu, so it's his first death, but he comes back. Now, what will she do? I hope she gathers hate. There we go. That's exactly what we needed her to do. Proc say Unbond, but it doesn't really heal anything. And then we one-shot the enemy's Silma with ours. That's good. Oh, Smile Practice. So she's not attacking the person with hate, but Halloween Rairyuu is for a good old 1 damage. Then he dies for the second time. So now he's officially out. But we've grouped, so Yuna could use her Limit Break, and also Aeon Bond for the second time. Devitalizing Glint takes her out. Yeah, my squad seems to be doing fine. I love the synergy between our units so far. Alright, that one seems pretty interesting. They have King Mont and Yuna, but also Tidus. I would say the main threat is really Tidus. He has some defense penetration, lots of slash attack, and we are not that good against that. So he'll probably be able to take out Winter Venera in 1 hit, and possibly to be as well. So I'm pretty afraid of him. The other guys on the enemy team, we can probably manage. So it'll be more of a damage check. Can we take out King Mont fast enough? Or will Tidus just stop us and take away our team? So we have the Spirit up. That's probably not going to be that important. They only have one mage. But then we begin casting the other buffs, which are all pretty important. Regen on Tidus doesn't feel like it's going to have much of an impact. But re-raise on King Mont, that will have an impact. It's a very strong move. So now, Divine Grace, wow, even more max HP. He's now at over 10,000, and they move back. I don't like that. I wish we could just hit them right away. Because now they'll have a lot more buffs, and we're done using our buffs. So we have everything we can have on, but they're gonna keep buffing. They don't even have haste yet from Tidus. But let's see what he decides to do. Okay, he goes for the Taunting Blade and almost takes out my to-be. But for now, she's still alive. So what are we gonna do? Well, first of all, Shockwave Plus, pretty decent damage, and we get the slow. That's very good. And then Snowball Fight, I'm not expecting this to kill Tidus though, because she doesn't have a lot of defense penetration. 2600, yep, he survives. But Louelle comes in for the cap damage and takes him out. Now, it is Raise. Interesting. So they go for the weaker move. But King Mont then hurts us, not a lot of damage. So we end up taking out Yuna because she healed. Then Pugilistic Mastery, sure, that's going to make Louelle hit a bit harder if she uses her strike attack, but that's not what she chooses to do. Instead, she uses Flare. How much damage are we going to get from that? I'm guessing 4,000 or so? 8,000, okay, that's a bit more than I thought. So King Mont dies for the first time, then he gets another turn and hits everybody on our team. That King Mont does a lot of damage, but he's not that tanky to our team, so he ends up going down. Alright. Okay, so for those next battles, I will be swapping my vision card for a Solidus, so we get more slash resistance. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the key to victory for those final matches. So we're going in, again, Tidus, King Mont, and Yuna. I'm not targeting those because they're an easy matchup. I'm targeting those because I feel like that's the strongest team out there right now, or at least one of them. And it's definitely a very common team, so if our team can fight them well, that means our team is a very reliable one. So let's see what happens. We get our buffs up, they use Boon of the Lion, sure, so they're now very resistant to AoE attacks. Re-raise on King Mont because, you know, we're gonna have to kill him 7 times. And then what? Limit her off, that's interesting. So instead of getting more mobility, she just goes faster. And then they all become tankier as well. So it's a pretty solid start. Now Resistance Field is even stronger than before because it increases our slash resist. Having 30% or so slash resist is good, but 50% is really a lot more impactful. So I feel like now we've got a pretty good setup. But Haste Ga on King Mont will definitely not be to our advantage. So Shockwave, we don't kill Yuna, but we slow her, which is enough. Taunting Spell doesn't do much, but fortunately does not proc Aeon Bond. I was kind of scared to see that go off. And then apparently Louelle was in range to finish her off, so that's one threat down. King Mont reduces our slash resist, and then Tidus probably benefits from that to take us out. Nope, he goes for Louelle and barely does any damage. So they lose a lot of their HP. Third Eye, doesn't feel like that's going to be very impactful. Demon Purger, a little bit of damage, and then Louelle probably finishes the fight with Gift of Knowledge. Now they do have King Mont's TMR for more AoE resist, but it doesn't matter. So we take one of them out, King Mont tries to disable Winter Venera, but that's not very impactful. She'll skip a turn, but then Louelle will kill him. So here we go, King Mont goes down. Did he have an auto revive? Yes, he did. So he'll have one more turn to do a basic attack, and then we'll finally get him out. That worked way better. I really feel like the extra slash resist is important. Alright, finally, let's play a player that's named Beating You. Now I'm very curious to see if he will beat me or not. They have Sakura, King Mont, and Yuna, so very magic oriented, very high damage setup. When I started fighting King Mont, I was really afraid because I have a bad time against Yuna. And I thought King Mont would be as big a threat, like the big three, King Mont, Yuna, and Black Witch Helena. And so far, fighting King Mont has not been the nightmare I expected. I still hate fighting Yuna, but King Mont, I'm fine fighting him. It doesn't really bother me all that much. I'm wondering what my experience against Black Witch Helena will be. Will she be as terrible as Yuna, or will I not care that much? Since she doesn't have Aeon Bond in her kit, which is the most annoying thing about Yuna, I feel like they cannot make a character that I despise as much as Yuna. I really hope that'll be the case, because since I'm pretty sure she'll be everywhere, I do want to be ready to fight her. So they have all their buffs, sure, let's see how much damage that does. And I'm not a fan of Sakura boosting her spirit piercing rate, because with that she can actually deal pretty serious damage to us. So okay, we can tell that this is a setup with more magic attacks, because they deal a lot more damage than other setups we've fought. Spirit Breaker, a little bit of damage, but Sakura will already be casting something else on us. I feel like Tidus is going down there. But maybe we'll just one-shot Sakura before she gets the chance to cast anything. And that's really the advantage of using an instant spell over something with a cast time. So Sakura goes down. Then Smile Practice comes out. That's also a part of the reason why Yuna is so problematic. Smile Practice is way above the curve in terms of power. It's a great TMR with a very, very impactful ability. So they use that, and then we're going to cast Loadout Absorption on their group, I guess. Yuna just wastes a turn, but we break the confusion immediately with our counter ability. Okay, that was Flare. Pretty sure that'll kill King Mont with how much HP he has left. But let's see, maybe not. Yep, so 5,000, he's out. That was through the shell, so pretty impressive damage. Then Louelle plays again, finishes King Mont with a basic attack, while Tidus finishes Yuna. That also went pretty well. We still have everybody alive here. So now that we've seen it in action, I'll just quickly show you the build. Obviously, I've been switching between Rairyuu and Solidus. I do think Solidus is the best choice for this team. So first, Winter Venera, almost 6,000 HP, 27 defense, 14 spirit. The reason she takes magic attacks well is because of the 62% base magic resist, which we achieve using the Fenrir card, Fenrir Esper, and Providence of Lightning. And with that, she's good. With the magic resist buff from Spellblade, she goes to 100 flat, and then she's immune. So that's her setup. Abilities on off, I believe she has everything on. Because on our setup, we don't mind using anything. I would not want her to use Stoneblade or Bioblade, but they're never the best choice for her, so she's not going to use them either way. So everything is on. I'm using Providence of Lightning, and then Warrior Spirit, because more HP and attack is never a bad stat to have. So that's it for her. I guess if I really wanted her to survive magic attacks better, I could switch it for Magic Guard, but honestly, doesn't feel very useful. She already takes very low damage from magic attacks. Then Louelle, I'm running her with the Galmia code for extra magic. She's very strong. I kept the Black Mage sub because I think on this map it performs better than the other one, but every spell is off aside from Flare, because it's really the highest impact move in that kit. And then Scholar, everything is on, so she has a pretty solid kit over here. So that's our setup here. And then Tidus, it's my magic resistance Tidus build, so we have as much spirit as we can get out of equipment pieces, and also using Rain's code, we have the option to boost our spirit even further. So that is the reason we can survive Yuna's attacks. If we wanted more survivability, we could swap Tetrasilphid with the Titan Esper, and that would increase our spirit to 47, but it didn't feel all that necessary, and I really like the wind attack up from Tetrasilphid, so that's the way we've been running her so far. She still has 25% magic resist, so honestly, she is pretty tanky against magic attacks. So that was it. It went really well. That team is very strong, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Now, we still have some weaknesses. I would not take that team against enemy Tidus, for example, because we're mainly Earth-based and we won't resist her pierce attacks very well. But against the enemies we were targeting, it performed really well. And I'm always happy to show something that destroys Yuna, because she's everywhere again, and if more players start building team that specifically counter her, well, we might see a little bit less of her. So that's it guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and then as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.